Fans love you. On the show today, Adam Scott from Parks and Recreation tells us how he celebrated 420. Spoiler, it involves marijuana. And GLaDOS is back in Portal 2. And test subject Morgan Webb drops in for game day.
And today's Green Tech will help you reduce your carbon footprint and save the planet with a little help from 3 iPhone apps.
All right.
Plus, there's an all-new weekend edition of TV Tuesday with Chris Moore. He's got Ip Man 2, Four Lions, and Hyenas to review. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Wow. We're going around the net. I got it. I got it. Can you do an elk or bison?
Oh, we're not on number 1 yet. Just ATN.
Okay. ATN!
Today's number 3 item is all about efficient use of space.
So let's say you want to have a giant outdoor market, but there's a train line that runs right through the middle of your favorite alley.
Yes. Not a problem.
All right, so we asked you, what is the name of this market?
Cheesy Bone said, the get fruit or die trying market. It's a good one.
Cform 22 said, the little market that could. Not bad, that's not bad.
And our priest said, not very safe way.
I'm gonna give him that.
Those are all good.
I like that, yeah. Now, I like to tell every girl I see that good things come in small packages.
I don't know about that, but so do awesome and deadly things.
Got a teeny tiny forest fire.
All right, we asked you guys, what do you hunt with a mini crossbow?
All right, Kathy with a K27 said, the tiny hearts of internet trolls. They don't have hearts.
Kitty Star said, mini Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
I know that. L Train 44 said, a tiny dinner for Tiny Morgan.
Today's number 1 ATN is one of the greatest speeches in American history.
All right, so there's Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, there's FDR's Nothing to Fear But Fear Itself, and then there's this guy who said a speech to the rousing chorus of John Williams' Superman Overture.
And populated it with dog-riding monkeys.
Yeah, I can hear you, and they can too. Got something for you. For 33 years, I've rodeoed. And in 1962, a little boy was born, and his dream and his goal was to own a monkey. This is my dream.
If only I knew what those little monkeys were thinking while riding those little dogs.
Oh, man.
I wish I knew.
I'm sure it involves a bad touch. We asked you, what's the name of this rodeo show?
Bernardo says, Dances with Wolves. Oh, wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves. Wolves,
It doesn't get any better, don't worry. I love you, Bernardo. Jerry Duggan thought Fistful of Colors was a good idea. I like that.
And Drop Dead Suit says, Mississippi Pete and his traveling animal abuse show.
Hey! I like that. I like that one. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
Still ahead in Gadgetron, we filled an alarm clock with urine. I should say they.
You knew.
progressive.
In honor of our extremely responsible parent company's Green is Universal initiative. You guys big fans of that? Why wouldn't you be? We're bringing you never-before-seen green tech apps.
No matter where you go, green is universal. Reduce your carbon footprint and save the planet with a little help from these 3 eco-friendly iPhone apps. A good first step in going green is cutting down your fuel consumption. You waste gas whenever you accelerate quickly, drive aggressively, or brake hard when coming to a stop. Toyota's Glass of Water campaign proved that a simple glass of water on your dashboard can help you become fuel efficient. If the water spills, it's a sign your driving style needs improvement. Want to avoid a wet lap? Download the Glass of Water app. It uses the iPhone's accelerometer to simulate a glass of water. Create a free account, place your iPhone in a holder on the dashboard or on the seat next to you, and drive. After your trip is over, check the app to see a full report of how much water was spilled and how fuel efficient you were. The Glass of Water app is completely free in the iTunes App Store. At the supermarket, it's tough to know exactly what products are least harmful to the environment. The easiest way to find out is with the Good Guide app. Good Guide has a database of over 100,000 products and companies. It delivers an overall rating along with separate ratings for your health, the environment, and the product or parent company's impact on society. To see how eco-friendly anything is, simply scan the barcode. Green is good and red means not so good. Find earth-friendly products by consulting the list of the top-rated items for each category. Good Guide cuts out the guesswork and is a great way to make green choices. It's completely free in the iTunes App Store. Back at home, go green and do something good for your wallet at the same time with Green Outlet. It helps save you money by measuring your energy consumption and estimating your monthly electricity bill. Start by dialing in your home's square footage, thermostat settings, and the number of people in your household. Now add everything you plug into your walls. That includes video game consoles, TVs, and major appliances. For each item, enter how many you own, how many days it's being used, and how many hours per day it's turned on. Once you're finished, you receive a carbon footprint reading. If you consume more than your fair share of energy, make up for it by donating to offset your carbon footprint. That money goes to support clean energy initiatives and projects that reduce greenhouse gas emissions. With Green Outlet, you save some money and help the environment at the same time. Get it for just $1.99 right now in the iTunes App Store. With an iPhone and these apps, you're one step closer to making the world a greener place. Minds on Gadget Prime.
Yes, we celebrated Earth Week the old-fashioned way, with a urine-filled clock. Hey! I'm sorry. It really wasn't my idea, I promise. I swear it wasn't. I promise it was not my idea. But I did go along with it.
All right. Our first green gadget is the B-Doll water-powered clock.
Look at that.
It's pretty cool. All you do is pour water into the bag,
What?
and voila, you've got a working clock.
Voila!
Voila!
Look at that.
How often do you have to refill it?
Hardly ever.
Voila.
That's what I thought you said. Hardly ever.
Making fun of me, and that's not even
No,
what I said.
not at all. You have to actually add water every 3 to 6 months, and you have to be careful not to fill it too high, or else it'll leak while it's running. But hey, look at that! Numbers appear thanks to water, and you can use them to tell what time it is. And get this, it even has an alarm. So
Wowzers.
it's really kind of the future. It will let you know when a certain time has been reached based upon what you tell the machine to do it. You can put it anywhere. They range from $16 to $35, so we think they're a pretty good value, especially since they don't actually affect your energy bill if you fill it from a neighbor's house.
Yeah, I love this one. I think this is my favorite.
By the way, fun fact, will work with urine.
Well, we discussed that it might, but we don't know.
Oh,
for
we
sure.
did more than discuss. And that orange one right now is actually urine. Yeah. You're kidding. We thought, see, we discussed it in pre-show, and then we tested it out to surprise you.
Ew, is it really?
Why don't you pop the top and give it a little sniff?
Shut up! I am.
Look, I don't know for sure what's inside of this thing, but I do know that the time is there. So kudos, B-Doll. It's
Oh
working.
my God! Can I get some Purell, please? Move that! I'm not touching it. On to number.
Only in the shower do we play those games. It's the cleanest playground. Cleanest playground.
Okay.
Our second green gadget is the Scosche SolBat 2 solar-powered backup battery. That's really hard to say.
Especially when you're standing next to a urine clock. Look at this thing.
No, it's a portable battery that you can charge through USB or just leave it out in the sun.
Yeah, here, check it out.
Okay, how long will it take to charge?
I peed on that too in
Shut
pre-show.
up!
I'm just kidding. Shut up. Scosche says it'll take about 2.5 hours to charge it via USB, but that's not the point. It takes 18 hours in the sun to charge.
That's a long time.
Right, but if you live on one of the poles, that's just a day. You think about it.
You could just put it on you can put it to your dashboard.
Yeah, it's got suction cups, so you can totally put it like on your car windshield while you drive. It'll charge.
That's what I meant.
But here's the thing: after that cumulative 18 hours, whether or not you get it in a day or not, it'll be enough to fully charge a smartphone almost twice.
And my phone?
That's a pretty cool thing. Well, your phone is it's a Droid, right? So you'll get half a charge.
Exactly.
There's also a meter on the front, as you can see, that'll tell you how much power it has and whether or not power is going in or out of the device. We think for $30, it's kind of a must-buy. It's one of those things you just want to have on you in case you need it. Not bad at all.
Okay, our third.
It's okay to get excited over green tech, huh?
Woo! Our third is the Voltaic off-grid solar backpack.
Look at this. You will not get slammed into a locker if you wear this. Let me tell you that.
Now you'll be able to charge your
You're
phone,
the coolest
iPod,
kid at Dork
whatever
Camp.
you want when you're out. Shut.
Well, I can disassemble my clarinet and fit it in here just fine. Sorry.
When you're out in the wilderness, through the solar panels, but how much power does it actually give you?
Here's the thing. I kid because it gives you a lot of power. Voltaic says you get about 19 hours of talk time on a phone or 48 hours of music playback from a full charge on the solar battery. And this thing...
That's really cool.
Yeah, this thing only takes 7 hours in the sun to fully charge the cells. That's really impressive.
But it is kind of heavy.
It is a little on the heavy side, but you can actually detach the panel and take
really?
it. Yeah, you can put it on a lighter backpack if you want. Wear it on your suspenders, and you can just charge this bad boy. And it has all sorts of connectors on the back, so you can pretty much plug it into whatever you want.
Nice.
So very cool from Voltaic. We like it.
Okay, but is it really worth $250?
Look, if you need something like it, then yes, it's a great choice. Again, it is super pricey, but it is a sturdy backpack as well. So if you're in the market, there you go.
Okay. Our final green gadget I'm really excited about.
Sexiest thing I've seen in a long time.
It's the solar hat fan. Are you going to put it on or am I?
What?
Are you going to put it on or am I?
Oh, I'm not touching this thing. You can throw it on.
I get to look really pretty?
Yeah, so here it is. All right, so right now, yes, you look kind of like a nerd. But imagine, look how stylish you get. If, let's say this is the sun. Oh! You can stay cool while looking cool.
I don't know, I feel like it's gonna give me bangs or something.
Yeah. So here's the thing, just to prove that it is, that's totally... I mean, there we go. I know demonstrating it with a light bulb kind of defeats the purpose of not using energy, but it works with the sun. And the clip may be a little on the loose side.
The clip is a little loose. We actually had to tape it.
Yeah, well, because if you don't, you might slice up your forehead like a Saw movie. But it's $10. You know, I mean, for all those parents who don't want to leave the windows down when you're locking the kids in to go to the grocery store, you clip this on the neck of their shirt, and they'll stay nice and cool while you're getting some produce. Don't do it when they're too young to know better. Do it when you're punishing them.
Oh,
when they're old enough to know.
All right. That's it for today's green prawn. But if you have a gadget you'd like to see...
How dare you throw such style around?
Let's see if it just flies off. Oh, yeah, there it is. Well, email us at gadgetprod@g4tv.com. How's my
Repeating
hair?
the clock. Still ahead. Andy Allo has 3D porn in the feed. Look at that. She kicks high. Then Morgan Webb dishes on the front runner for Game of the Year. It's Portal 2.
And later, Chris Gore's here with an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday. He'll rate a terrorist comedy, the horror movie Hyenas, and a high-flying Hong Kong action film.
Is there a hyena in the studio?
Ooh, yeah.
I heard one.
I think so.
That was...
Green Tech is brought to you by Progressive. Visit progressive.com today.
Hey, you, Mountie.
I want you to hang that flag correctly.
Yes, Mountie, that flag.
All the news you need to know.
The feed.
I'm Andy Allo. It's Friday, April 22nd, and here are your top stories. Do you know how green your data is? Greenpeace just assessed the energy usage of the leading internet and technology companies and found Apple to be the dirtiest. I know! Cupertino just built a massive new server farm in North Carolina that will use as much electricity as 80,000 homes. And the area's electricity is supplied mainly from dirty coal power plants. Ranked closely behind Apple are Facebook, IBM, HP, and Twitter, while Yahoo, Google, and Amazon scored points for using clean energy. This isn't the first time Greenpeace has taken aim at Apple. After being criticized for using toxic metals in their products, Apple removed those elements, dramatically increased energy efficiency, and instituted a robust recycling program. However, I don't think Steve Jobs is going to close down that server farm. You know what China loves more than James Cameron movies? 3D porn! A Chinese porn film made in 3D has just humped the previous Hong Kong box office record set by Avatar. The adult film Sex and Zen Extreme Ecstasy just drilled Avatar's single-day box office record by earning nearly 3 million Hong Kong dollars on its opening day. James, if you want to reclaim that record, you're clearly going to have to put a lot more Na'vi sex in Avatar 2. And finally, alcohol and penis pills go together famously.
Yes, they do.
Thank you, Kevin. And now one British company makes them together. Brewdog Breweries is celebrating the upcoming royal wedding with a limited edition beer with Viagra-like effects called Royal Virility Performance. Only 40 bottles of the aphrodisiac-laced brew will be produced in the initial run, and beer drinkers are limited to buying one bottle due to its effects. But the company said it might continue producing its ale if it's successful. So hopefully it's just not British upper lips that'll be stiff at the wedding reception.
I call foul.
I'm Andy Allo. You've just been fed. Now back to Kevin and Candace.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Andy Allo.
A Portal 2 edition of Game Break is here.
Morgan Webb reunites with GLaDOS. Hey, look! As if magically through a portal, it's X-Play's Morgan Webb!
Since I almost tripped trying to walk out here. It's kind of a miracle I'm okay.
No one noticed. It was graceful,
Perfect.
elegant, and you're poised. Let's get it right out of the way.
Yes.
Huge disappointment coming from Valve. We want to, I'm kidding.
That's not true.
Let's say Portal 2, one of the best games ever made, potentially?
Portal 2 is one of the best games that has ever been
Thank you.
made.
Yep, I agree. And that is throughout the history of gaming. I couldn't agree more.
Throughout the history of gaming,
Yeah.
it is one of the best games that has ever been made. It is the most polished game I think that I have actually ever played in my entire life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
It's well paced. Well, I mean, we'll get to the details in a
Okay.
second, but let's take a step back.
How great is it?
Exactly. So go get it. Great, we're done. Rip. Portal 2. Where does it pick up from where the first Portal left off? Do you have to
Okay.
play Portal 1 to appreciate 2?
No, you don't. And actually, some of the first levels in Portal 2 are actually from Portal 1. So people who aren't familiar with the game can kind of learn a little bit, and people who are familiar with the first game will get a little twinge of nostalgia. You basically are woken up. You play the same character, Shell. You're female, but they don't make a big deal out of it, which is fantastic. So you're in suspended animation, and you wake up 9 years in the future. And you basically are woken up by your robotic pal Wheatley, and the whole place is going to hell in a handbasket, and you got to try to figure out how to get out of there and survive.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe how this game made me care about characters that aren't real. Just through incredibly solid and witty and well-timed dialogue and amazing voice acting, I cared more about the characters in this game than I have about characters in Final Fantasy games.
Wheatley is a fantastic character, and we're going to see him on like all the lists for best character, best new character, that kind of thing, because he's incredibly well voiced.
But there we were seeing some new additions to the Portal universe. It's not just the portal gun, which for those who've never played, it's you shoot one entrance portal, you shoot an exit portal, and then there you go. That was sort of Portal 1.
Right, and then you go through it. You saw it a little bit in what you guys did before. Like they're connected, so
right.
And it was kind of confusing.
And not designed for urination. Let's point that out there. We were taking a little liberty with the portal system.
Shell is a lady, after all.
But there are ladies urinate. But there are new additions to this Portal universe aside from the portal gun.
Yes, for example, you have these blocks that you can move lasers around. It kind of gets very, you can see right here, there's sort of these like little, what do you call those? Ejector plates?
Well, oh, like the little launch pads? Yeah, they're like little launch pads.
I like that.
Those will
launch
bounce
pads.
you around.
And of course there are the, companion cubes.
And then there's this whole new fluid system as well.
This was probably my favorite part of the game, and I don't know what you thought about the fluid system,
Loved it.
but you can basically spread fluids all over the place, and the blue makes you bounce.
Anytime you can do that, I am a fan. I don't care if it's at a nightclub or a warehouse rave or a video game.
Keeping it classy, aren't you?
That's all I do.
All right. So right here we have propulsion gel. It makes you run faster, and you can basically spread it around the level strategically, and then you feel really smart when you get the bouncy gel in just the right place, and the red gel, and there's also the white gel, which is even better.
Yeah, the
I
white.
don't even want to hear about it, Kevin.
No,
so
I haven't
just shut
said.
your mouth.
I haven't said it yet.
I know what you were going to say.
I was revving it, but I didn't start the engine.
Yeah,
there
right.
it is. Hey.
It allows you to put portals anywhere.
Let me just say one thing.
No.
All right, fine.
They can all use their imaginations at home.
It's not that hard to imagine. But here's the thing. We talked about being a well-designed, well-paced game. What's so great is that you have the ability to manipulate these lasers. There's laser pathways. There's like force fields that'll sort of or travel beams, tractor beams, if you will. There's all this goo. There's all these portals. But the game does not throw it all at you right away and expect you to understand it.
It really does a perfect job of giving you one piece of information, reminding you of that technique a little bit later, and then bringing everything together. So you are actually never unprepared for a puzzle, and there really is an elegant solution for it.
And I felt like the moment I was like, okay, you know what, these chambers starting to get a little repetitive.
Right.
Spoiler, boom, the chamber rips open and you're suddenly in a completely different portion of the game.
Exactly. It's very well paced. It is hilarious from beginning to end. It's an impressive example of game design. I mean, it's perfectly designed.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal game, and we haven't even talked about co-op yet, which is
okay. So single player is like 8 to 10 hours.
Right.
Co-op is an entire 7-hour campaign that is totally separate from the single player.
And if you want to ruin a relationship, fire it up and play with someone you love, because by the end of it, you will be punching each other in the face.
Yeah, it's really not for somebody you're emotionally involved in, and this is not a game where you hand it to your girlfriend and to be like, I know you never play games, but just play this second
right
for me.
here.
Just don't. It's not worth it. You're killing your relationship.
It's a gorgeous game, and it's one of those that if you beat it, again, even if it's, let's say, 5 to 10 hours of gameplay, depending upon how skilled you are, you'll want to play it again with director's commentary.
I know.
Such an amazing game. I'm a huge fan, to say the least.
I know. I got you. I brought you a T-shirt, a matching T-shirt to match mine here.
Oh, snap.
So you can be Peabody, and then I can be Alice.
Oh, thank you, Morgan Webb.
Absolutely.
So with that said, it sounds like we're both fans of Portal 2.
5
Okay, 5 out of 5.
One
Go get it.
of the best games that's ever been made of all time.
Couldn't say it any better myself. Thank you for the shirt, Miss Morgan Webb, everybody. Portal 2, it's out for pretty much every platform,
now.
and it's in stores now. Go get it. It is that good. That's all for Game Break.
The Long Beach Grand Prix gave Blair Herter the chance to crash a Porsche.
Yeah. Always check the box for extra insurance.
All right, I love cars, and I love driving cars, but some days I just want to be chauffeured around. Today is one of those days, and that is where the Porsche 911 GT3 RS and professional race car driver Patrick Long come in.
Using my celebrity status, I got an exclusive invite to the 37th annual Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach to ride shotgun in one of the world's fastest production cars.
So I'm about 10 seconds away from hopping in this car for the first time. I have no idea what they have in store for me, but I had to sign a lot of release waivers. Way more than I normally do. I don't know. I went to school in Louisiana, so I don't know much about math and physics because, I went to school in Louisiana. I don't think you're supposed to go from 140 to 0 like that soon. Also, we went out and did a couple of laps. You can hit the same speeds in the race car or the car you drive off the showroom floor.
Yeah, well, they're definitely siblings in a lot of sense. The GT3 RS is a road car, but it's our top line 911, a car that you can take to the racetrack on the weekend and then drive home with your bag in the back. Behind me, the GT3 Cup is everything that you want out of a race car, stripped down, bare, raw, light, the most sold race car in the world. Sticker is 150 versus 200 for the race car. The weights are different, roughly 3,000 versus 2,800 pounds. Horsepower is pretty common. comparable. We're dealing with the same base engine, 3.8 liter boxer flat six, roughly 450 for the road car. For the race car, we're up at about 485, depending on the rules of the different series.
What about this makes it awesome?
Well, it starts off, it's everything classic that a 911 is and has been. It's rear engine, it's lightweight, it's low center of gravity, it's agile, it's fast. It's got an Alcantara steering wheel, so it feels like my race car steering wheel. It's got sport seats in it that you sit literally on the floor of the car. You've got onboard stopwatches for racetracks or for your duration of driving time, navigation available. You've got all the perks of a luxury car.
All right, well, we've been talking about it, man. I've already been out in that one, and I need you to take me out in that one.
Let's do it.
All right, brother. Being driven around the Long Beach Grand Prix is fun and all, but, well, they left the keys in this car, so I think you know how I'm getting home today.
If you've been putting off getting in shape for the American Ninja Warrior tryouts, you're in luck. Nice. You're in luck. Because we're extending the deadline for submissions to April 29th.
Head to G4 TV. You like my big muscles?
I'm intimidated. Very intimidated.
Head to G4TV.com/A&W tryouts for more information. Or just show up at Venice Beach on California on May 16th and 17th for open tryouts. Stay tuned. Adam Scott from Parks and Recreation is here.
He's one of the biggest douchebags in film and television. And that's a good thing. He plays it well.
He does. Scott from Parks and Recreation had some interesting ideas about stoner movies.
I'm going to make it easy for you. Any movie can be a stoner movie. There you go. Joining me now, Adam Scott, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
It's all for you, good sir.
You have a very supportive staff.
Very supportive. A lot of dudes that are huge fans of
yours. A lot of
yours.
dudes looking at me and clapping.
You ever want to know?
I really like that.
If you've ever wondered how Wikipedia entries get written, it's right over there.
These are the guys.
Those are the guys. Those are the ones that do it.
You're all beautiful.
Aw, that's...
You are.
Do you want to retract that statement now?
No, you're all beautiful.
Aw, look at that. If you need a minute, we can send you out there.
I would like 5 minutes with each of them.
Let's do it after the interview, because
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a lot to ask you. You're from Santa Cruz.
I am.
Which we just had our 420 special yesterday, which was a big day for us.
Wait, why would you mention that along with Santa Cruz?
Well,
I don't understand.
Because I know they get the program there. That's the only connection
Yeah,
that I can make.
that's what I thought.
Did you celebrate 420 in the past? Did you yesterday?
Well, I celebrated it yesterday, but not partaking in. I have children and I'm tired always, so I just don't have time
Tired
anymore
because of
to
the
be a
indica?
stoner.
You need to switch to sativa if you're so
Right,
tired.
I guess that's what it is.
I get it.
So what I did to celebrate was I treated myself to a MacGruber Blu-ray, which is one of my favorite movies. So hopefully sometime in the future I can celebrate 420 with my MacGruber Blu-ray.
Do you have like a movie collection that is like, okay, these are for the special nights when the kids are at camp?
You know, back when I was a stoner, why am I talking about this on television? Back when I was a stoner, I came to the realization that the best stoner movies are all movies.
Right.
It's just
you can't really pick
better.
a bad one. You can watch The Notebook, and it's the most hilarious thing in the world.
Hilarious.
if you're 2 rips into it. All right. Candace is a huge stoner. That's why she's agreeing.
She's over there getting stoned
right now
looking
during
at
the
back
interview.
of the DVD box. It's totally weird.
She thinks it's 3D. She's special. But in Santa Cruz, you were saying that you delivered pizzas for a short while.
I did. I delivered pizzas for a summer there, and it was this place, Pizza My Heart, which is still there. Delicious pizza.
Great name too.
But they would deliver. That summer we delivered pizzas, VHS tapes, and Ben & Jerry's exclusively. That's what we delivered. So everyone I delivered to was highly stoned.
So would you open the door and there was just a wall of marijuana
Like a
smoke
wall
smacking you
of
in the
smoke,
face?
and it's like, here is your Cheech and Chong movie, your Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and your pizza and 7 calzones. Have a terrific night.
If you could sign right here where it says "walking cliche," that would be very nice.
Right, it was a little on the nose.
I gotta say, I am a huge fan of yours and have been for a long while.
Oh, thanks.
I don't mean this as a backhanded compliment, but you played the best douche I have ever seen on television, and you truly do.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to choke you in Step Brothers in the greatest way. You were phenomenal. But was there a point where you're like, okay, I can't play the brother or the D-bag anymore?
Well, no, but I did feel like it would be hard to do it again after Step Brothers because that's like the nuclear option. It's like the nuclear the a-hole from Planet A-hole. Right. So I think that's like I've kind of done it because the character that Will Ferrell and Adam McKay created was so insanely horrible that there's really nowhere to go.
You took it to 11. You can't really back down. I love it. I mean, you could do a Bluetooth in each ear, but it's a slight variation on the
Maybe
thing
in
at
the
that point.
sequel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now you're on Parks and Rec, which you're hilarious on as well.
Thanks.
Was it weird joining like a little later in the season?
It was a show that was definitely already going, and so I was, I didn't know if I was going to be like the new kid in school or anything, but everybody's so nice, and they're led by Amy Poehler, who is one of the sweetest, greatest people in the world, and I've met everyone in the world, so I know this. But also, one of Time Magazine's most influential people, I don't know if you know that, but Amy Poehler was just chosen as one of the 100 most influential people.
Good for her.
So we're all influenced right now. I don't even know if you know that.
What she's
Amy Poehler.
She wrote every word in the prompter for today's show.
That's right.
She's actually
that's right.
Has extreme influence. Was there any territorial squabbling or hazing? Did Aziz try to pee in your dressing room or anything like that?
Yeah, they all abused me emotionally and physically.
But you're stronger for it.
Yeah. No, it's the nicest group of people. It's just the greatest job.
That's awesome. Adam, again, I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Adam Scott, everybody.
Still ahead, an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday with Chris Gore.
And we're going to review a controversial comedy about terrorists, a high-flying Hong Kong action flick, and maybe something else. I don't know. Is that the mariachi or the
That's
hyena?
the hyena.
Oh, okay.
That one was much easier than the other side.
Well, because I've already broken.
Once you loosen me up, it all just fits. I love that you loosen me up.
Coming up Monday on an all-new Attack of the Show. Clear herders at the New York Auto Show with the debut of the 2012 Shelby Super Snake. Then things get crazy when we explore the mechanophilia fetish on WTF. Find out why people are sexually fascinated with wearing steel armor and operating machinery. And stupid people do stupid things on Great Moments in De-Evolution. See it Monday.
It's time for an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday. Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Hey! I'm here today.
Yay!
All right.
You're here. Let's do this.
Okay.
What do we have first?
First, we have Ip Man 2.
Now, this sequel follows the real-life kung fu master who would later go on to train Bruce Lee. How's the martial arts action in this?
The martial arts in this thing is incredible. I mean, it's got Donnie Yen, Sammo Hung, and they do this battle on top of a tabletop, just two guys punching each other.
Really?
And where the table splits in half. I mean, sure, there's a little wire work here and there, but the talent, this scene on the table where they're just punching the crap out of each other is incredible. Just the amount of skill. You can't digitally fake all those punches. Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. And not only that, it's a great story. I mean, it's really heartfelt. You see what Ip Man had to go through. He was really a man of honor. And I would compare it almost to like the Rocky IV in kind of an East meets West, except, this time you're rooting for China. And considering we do kind of owe them a lot of money, we kind of owe it to them a little bit of cash. But I love this film. It's better than the first one. It's epic and really heartfelt.
Okay, how are the special features?
Special features are great on it. I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes. There's interviews with the entire cast. And in addition to that, I like that it also includes the choice. You can watch it with subtitles in Chinese, or you can listen to the dubbed version, or...
Oh, that's cool.
Or, you know, I like to listen to the dubbed version and have the subtitles on. Because
I'm sure you like to watch every single one of them.
Yes, because sometimes people will not be quiet when I'm watching a movie. Quiet, folks. No, I'm not talking about you.
I want to go to a movie with you. So what's the bottom line?
Bottom line, buy this. It's one of my favorites.
Awesome.
One of my favorites Asian action films I've seen in a long time. Really
awesome.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
What's our next DVD?
Next one is Four Lions.
Now, this is a comedy about the always hilarious subject of suicide bombers. Do the filmmakers pull it off?
Kind of. I mean, there are.
Oh my gosh.
I will say there are funny bits in this. You know, they're trying to make a tape for the internet, and they keep screwing it up. They're using a bowl as a tripod. They're trying to figure out why they're going to martyr themselves. One of the characters is sort of bouncing off his ideas of how he's going to martyr himself to his family. But they
just can't succeed?
Yes, they're sort of losers as martyrs. But it vacillates between being this uproarious comedy and then this bizarre drama. It doesn't really mix. I guess I was hoping for something more like a Monty Python, something satirical in that sense, where you could really delve into the politics and mock everything. But it goes back and forth, and then you start to feel for these guys and what's their motivation for doing this, you know?
Now, this film has been compared to other satires like Dr. Strangelove. Is that a fair comparison?
It makes a great quote in a review, but I really don't think this will hold up as well. I really think you needed someone like a Monty Python or a Stanley Kubrick really to weave in some intelligent ideas in this. And you know, on the worst side is it might come off as kind of racist. You know, just sort of playing to cliches. So, which I think is always a bad thing.
So, bottom line?
Bottom line on this is Rent. I mean, it's worth checking out for the funny. Yeah, we're checking it out for the funny, but be forewarned. Some of you might be offended.
Cool. What else?
The next film we have is Hyenas.
Hyenas?
Yeah.
Now, this is about a pack of humans who get naked, morph into hyenas, and then eat people. Does that about cover it?
You spoiled the whole movie. My God, how could you? It's basically, and werewolves, the only difference I can really see is they're like werewolves that laugh. That's pretty much what a hyena is.
Yeah, but not as scary as a werewolf.
They're a little creepy because they have that kind of creepy laugh. But it's one of those films that, like, as soon as I saw that Costas Mandylor was in this.
They look really fake, too.
Yeah, it's pretty cheesy, sort of a mix of digital and makeup effects. But Costas Mandylor is kind of known for, if you see something and you've never heard of this movie and it's available on DVD, Costas Mandylor is in it, you're in for an experience. You're in for something that just made it to DVD.
Awesome. So bottom line?
Bottom line, it's good bad, but not as good bad as I would like. So I'm going to say pass. Okay. But if you love good bad, it might be for you.
No, that's okay. I'm good.
You're going to pass on that?
I'm going to pass on
All
it.
right.
But we've got time for a quick pick.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I've got...
Dropping everything back here.
Super Inframan, which is from the Shaw Brothers. If you like Ip Man 2, you will love the films of the Shaw Brothers. It's like martial arts in rubber monster costumes.
Awesome.
It's amazing. One of my favorites.
As always, thank you, Chris. You've been awesome.
Thank you.
For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. Now let's go over to Kevin. Hey, Kev.
Space! It's full of junk. Maybe aliens.
50 years ago, mankind stepped out from the confines of Earth and ventured into the heavens. Today, we continue that journey as we search for life in the stars. Now, everyone assumes that for life to exist on a planet, it must orbit a sun. Well, it turns out that this may not be the case. Just last month, physicists with the Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory theorized that life could exist on a starless planet if it were engulfed by dark matter. Left over from the Big Bang, these invisible particles release energy when they collide with antiparticles. Astrophysicists believe that this energy can warm the planet, and this would be enough to keep water in a liquid state. If so, such planets could potentially outlive stars by trillions of years. But don't expect to be hanging with ET anytime soon. These dark matter planets won't be very hot, which will make them difficult to find. However, as hard as it may be to find these dark planets, scientists may have discovered a way to locate other alien worlds. During its mission, NASA's Kepler has discovered over 1,000 exoplanets. But just this week, researchers at the University of Leicester in England found a new way using a planet's aurora. These are caused by solar winds that launch charged particles at a planet's magnetic field, just like our northern lights. These auroras emit strong radio waves, and using telescopes like NASA's Themis, scientists predict that they would be able to detect planets up to 150 light-years away. Scientists hope to use this method to discover new planetary systems much like our own in the near future. But from the vast reaches of space, we head back to our solar system, where scientists at NASA are putting the finishing touches on their new rover Curiosity. Its mission will be to examine an area of Mars that would have been hospitable for microbiological life and to preserve any evidence if Martian life existed. Though a landing site has not been selected, NASA researchers plan to use a new instrument called the Alpha Particle X-ray Spectrometer. This X-ray will allow scientists to measure the chemical ingredients in the Martian soil and make a detailed analysis to determine past and present conditions on Mars. The Curiosity mission is expected to launch at the end of this year, and NASA has high hopes that they will find the building blocks of life on our red brother. So there it is. We still have yet to find those little green men, but every day we are getting one step closer to proving we are not alone in the universe.
All right, so listen to this crap. Last week, we launched Operation Instant Jolt to send instant coffee to the men and women serving in our armed forces in Afghanistan. And guess what? That's awesome of us.
It is. And it turns out the coffee in the barracks sucks.
Yeah.
So we decided to help. And so can you guys.
Just send any kind of unopened, and I want to stress unopened, yes. Instant coffee to 5850 West 3rd Street, P.O. Box 155, Los Angeles, California, 90036, or visit g4tv.com/coffee for all the details.
And on May 2nd, we'll ship whatever we've got to our troops in Afghanistan as part of Operation Instant Jolt. Is that the Instant Jolt?
I was jolting instantly.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, many thanks to our guests, Adam Scott, Chris Gore, and Andy Allo.
Good night.
Double kiss? Wow. Oh. She's just handing them out now. All right. Get in there.